Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the world's biggest stars and some of my favourite people, and we've got one for you today. Dr. Robert is the iconic singer, songwriter and multi-instrumentalist with the Blow Monkeys. So many wonderful hits over the years. Digging Your Scene, of course, big hit. On YouTube, millions of hits, and he's got a brand new album out called Out There, released May 2nd, and he joins us now on the phone from somewhere foreign. How you doing?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm really good, and great to talk to you. I mean, you've got one of those great lives, really, where you're able to do your music, you're successful, there's no shenanigans and nonsense, and you're good at it. That's a pretty good place to be, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it beats having a proper job, if that's what you mean.
Have you ever had a proper job?
Yeah, well, yes, I have, yeah, but I mean, I never lasted long at them. No, I mean, I'm aware of the fact that to be able to make your life as a musician these days is a privilege, and I guess we came up in an era, one of the last eras, where we were able to sort of establish ourselves and do that because the record industry's changed so much since those times, you know.
The word iconic's used too much these days, but the Blow Monkeys really are up there. When you hear them played on Radio 2 or Virgin or any of those sort of credible radio stations, is it still surprising and thrilling?
I'm always just when I hear it on the radio. It's still such a great thing, and we're lucky that we've still got a couple of tunes that get played, you know. But that was always, you know, beyond my wildest dreams, really, when I was starting out. So, yeah, you never lose that thrill.
I get the feeling the music industry is in a right mess at the moment. It seems like they don't know whether they're coming or going. It's very hard to break through. Are you glad you made it when you did? Because to battle it out now would be even tougher. Not that you had an easy ride.
I think it works both ways. I think the major record companies have changed. They don't have the sort of iron grip on things that you used to have. I mean, it used to be really hard to get in a studio and make an album, you know. Technology's made that a lot simpler. The internet's made it easier to put music and make music and get it out there. So you just have to, but then again, you know, you have to build up your own audience online that way. But then people do that. So there are good things and bad things about it, really.
Your sound is incredibly iconic and it's very distinctive. You've got a certain sound. Your voice is certainly hugely distinctive. Do you think that's the key to making it and having a long career? You can't sound like everybody else.
I think so. It's probably because I've got a lisp, you know. That's probably what it is. That's the key to our success over the years.
I'm going to write that down. That sounds good. Good idea.
Yeah. I would say if someone's starting out in the business, develop some sort of speech impediment. It'll do you wonders.
It's worked for many. Jonathan Ross isn't doing bad, is he? He's got a larger one than I do. Well, none of us had even noticed. What's your life like now? Are you still performing daily, weekly, monthly? How often do you actually get to do what you do on stage?
Well, not daily, but I mean, the band put a new record out last year, the Blow Monkeys, and we've toured pretty much, you know, steadily over the last 5 or 6 years since we got back together. We're just about to embark on a tour again this summer. So we play a lot, and then I've also got solo stuff that I do, which is like more of an acoustic club stuff. That side of it is really active, and that's still the bit that I love the best, is just playing and seeing the whites of people's eyes and just getting an audience response. It's the thing that I value the most out of it all.
What are you? Nobody likes a smart ass. Are you a singer? Are you a songwriter? Are you a guitarist? You're the guy who keeps everybody together. What exactly are you?
I would say that I'm a songwriter first.
Right.
That would be my, you know, that's what I always did, and right from the beginning. And you know, obviously I developed singing because no one else would sing my songs, and I needed to play an instrument as a guitarist and stuff. But I think songwriting is my first, you know, love.
How do you know what you write's any good? Do you have to have somebody else tell you, or do you feel it in your heart?
No, I mean, I've got good friends and family who aren't afraid of telling me when they think it's not very good, or that I'm just repeating myself. But I mean, you know those things yourself, and the biggest gauge is just how you feel about it. And when you listen back, and do you feel excited? Does it feel like a Because if you're not excited by it, no one else is going to be. I've learned that. So down the years, I've sort of learned when not to pursue, cul-de-sacs, and when something's not working, to get out early, or to change things up, or to keep whatever it takes to stimulate something new.
When did the brand Dr. Robert take off and become sort of as big as the band in a way? When did you think of that? How did it happen?
Oh, it's just one of those things when you start off, in a band, and you think, well, I've got to have a name, because everyone else had changed their names, So, and I just got stuck with it. Really, it doesn't really. I've been asked quite a lot, as you can imagine, down the years, what does it mean? It doesn't really mean anything. Obviously, there's the Beatles song, there's a character out of an Aldous Huxley novel. It just gave me an identity, and it kind of stuck.
I'm so disappointed. I've got a rash downstairs I'd like you to have a look at, but that's not going to help, is it?
No, I'm afraid not. No, I've retired.
You'll have to pass on that one. You got the brand new album out called Out There. In terms of your work over the years, how proud are you of this? How good is it?
Well, it's different because I recorded it at home here, and I recorded it on an old tape machine that I have. So it's very much a home-cooked acoustic affair, and I used a couple of local musicians. I'm staying out here at the moment in Spain, near Granada, and there's a couple of guys that I met in Granada, a busker who plays saxophone and a young kid who plays piano, and I got them in. So it's, but it was all just done live onto tape, so it's very different to what things have become, with technology and computers and stuff. So I really, I needed to shake it up, and I used all sorts of different tunings on the guitar that I wasn't familiar with, just to make more an event.
I love it. It's got a really unique sound, and you can feel that Spanish flavour. I guess that was absolutely intentional.
Yeah, I didn't set out to do anything that had obvious flamenco or anything like that, but I did use the Spanish guitar a lot when I recorded it, just because it's got, I play with my fingers rather than the normal way with a pick on a steel string, and so it just has a certain atmosphere to it.
At this point, do you still get nervous about whether it's going to be successful? Does it matter at this point? Because you've certainly got nothing to prove.
It doesn't. I don't get nervous, but I'm always intrigued about how people react to it, and it's like, and then you get the reviews in the usual music mags. It's a bit like getting your school report. They give you marks out of 5 and all that, and it's quite interesting to see what people make of it. But to be honest, no, I'm at that side. I'm beyond really worrying about that. Even if it was praised to the heavens, it wouldn't really make much difference to me right now. It's more about how I feel about it.
Going back to the Blow Monkeys, talk to me about the days on the road. Was it hedonistic and fun and showbiz, or did you take it very seriously? What was it like for you?
Well, I was young and I was having fun. There's no doubt about that. But we always, we were always quite serious. Always serious about the music, and it was hard work. We toured an awful lot. I remember just being exhausted a lot of the time, actually, and having to sort of really work hard to get the energy together. We toured America, we toured endlessly in Europe, and so we really did a lot of work, and I'm not complaining. It was a great fun time, and we were young, so it was a dream. It's what I wanted to do, and I still do love that.
I think what it is about you, the fact that you've come up the hard way, you didn't get on a reality show and then become a star and then do it sort of backwards and have to tour. You appreciate the difficulties of the business, and I guess for you to stand in front of an audience now, that's the ultimate payoff, that they're still interested and they still care.
Well, hopefully, yeah, but you still have to. I like festivals where you're not playing to your own audience and you have to convince new people as well. That's still a challenge, and I like doing that, and it doesn't always work. So But yeah, we did come up the old way. When we started out, we toured an awful lot, before we had any hit records or anything like that. So we had to prove it to people. And I guess that you learn a certain sort of stagecraft through that, and a certain resilience. And it also makes the band, we're still the original 4 members of the group, makes you closer,
And tell me about the actual recording process. It's a bit geeky and a bit anarchy, but I mean, how complicated is it to record an 8-track? Are you constantly fiddling and having to do it again and again, or have you found a rhythm with it where it's simple?
Pretty simple, but I mean, I just, you're limited to 8 tracks, and I did the most of it live, so it's just about having a good take of the song, and I've learned over the years that make sure that everything's set up and ready to capture the first take, because the first take is often the one.
There's sort of a rawness to it, isn't there, an innocence?
So before you get self-conscious about it, before you know what I mean. So it's usually in the first or second takes these days that we nail it.
The question I often ask most musicians is, how do you know when to stop in a studio? Because you can tweak the hell out of it, and there are many examples of albums that should have stopped about 5 days before they did. You can overproduce stuff, can't you?
Definitely. I mean, we used to do that in the 80s. I think we spent too long on some records, and when record companies are involved and the stakes are high, you tend to look for some sort of perfection, but you end up squeezing the life out of the song. So I get out pretty early these days. As long as I'm happy with the vocal and I think that the thing has got an atmosphere and the magic is in there somewhere, I tend to leave it at that. I don't sort of go in for big production.
Was 1981 the biggest year for you? Is there a year you remember and you wish you could live again, or did it all sort of blur into one?
No, I never wish that I could live again. But I'm glad that, 1986 was a big year for us, because that was the year that Digging Your Scene was a hit in England and in America, and that kind of changed everything for us from that point on. So that would be a special year for me, but I certainly wouldn't want to relive it.
You're glad where you are now. Congratulations on surviving, because let's face it, so many of your generation went bonkers and didn't, and to still be at it and doing it puts you in a unique position. Have you sort of worked out the recipe to that? Was it living a normal life as well as the showbiz one?
I don't know if I've lived a normal life, but I mean, I think the thing is just to keep your eyes on the prize, which is the music. Don't forget that that's what it's all about.
Right.
And keep, especially as a writer, I can't afford to get, if I'm serious about wanting to get better, which I still am, I mean, that's the whole point, is to try and improve still. Yeah. You have to keep your eyes and your ears open to what's going on around you. So all that ego stuff, it just gets in the way. So really it's about the music, and if you're still feeling the music and you're still enjoying listening to other people's music and still inspired, then let that lead you.
Dr. Robert Howard is the star of the Blow Monkeys. He's got a brand new album out in May called Out There. It's available for pre-order now, done in the brilliant 8-track way, and you're going to love the sound. It's sort of got that Spanish feel with the guitar and a certain innocence and rawness to it that I just love. Congratulations on this new album Out There, which is out from May. And Dr. Robert, great to talk to you.